In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to quote on a PowerPoint slide. PowerPoint presentations offer a dynamic way to share information and ideas. One powerful method to emphasize a point or convey a message is through the use of quotes, whether it's for a business presentation, an academic lecture, or any other scenario where PowerPoint is your tool of choice. Embedding quotes properly can significantly enhance your slides. So, how do you do it? Let's dive in. First off, you need to have Microsoft PowerPoint open on your computer. If you're starting from scratch with a new presentation, that's great. If you already have a presentation you're working on, that's also fine. Just make sure PowerPoint is up and running before we move on. Now with PowerPoint open, the next step is to get to the specific slide where you want to insert your quote. If you're working on a new presentation, you'll likely be on a blank slide ready to go. For those editing an existing presentation, navigate through your slides on the left-hand pane and click on the slide you wish to add a quote to. The third step involves inserting a text box into your slide. You might wonder why use a text box rather than just typing directly onto the slide. A text box gives you much more control over the positioning, formatting, and overall appearance of your quote. To insert a text box, simply go to the Insert tab on the top toolbar. You'll find a variety of options here, but for our purposes, you're looking for the text box button. Click on it. Once you've clicked on text box, your cursor will change, indicating that you're ready to draw a text box. Click anywhere on your slide and drag to create a box big enough for your quote. Don't worry too much about getting the size perfect on the first try. You can easily resize it later. Now it's time to type in your quote. Click inside the text box you've just created to activate the cursor, then begin typing your quote. Make sure you start and end the quote with double quotation marks to clearly indicate that it is a direct quote. These quotation marks serve as visual cues to your audience, signaling that the text you've included is taken word for word from another source. After typing in your quote, you'll likely need to adjust the appearance to make sure it stands out as intended. A major part of this is resizing the text box and increasing the font size. Generally for quotes, you want the text to be quite large to catch the audience's attention. Try setting the font size to 200px as a starting point. This can be done by highlighting the text within your text box, then either typing 200 into the font size box on the toolbar, or using the up and down arrows next to the font size box to increase it gradually until you reach 200px. Remember, the goal is to make your quote a focal point of the slide, so feel free to adjust the size further if it doesn't quite stand out as much as you'd like. Additionally, consider adjusting the text box itself. You can do this by hovering over the edges or corners of the box until your cursor changes to a double-sided arrow, then clicking and dragging to your desired size. And there you have it, one beautifully quoted text on your PowerPoint slide that not only supports your message but does so in a visually appealing way. Keep in mind, the beauty of PowerPoint is its flexibility, so don't be afraid to experiment with different fonts, sizes, and positions until you find the perfect fit for your quote. Quoting is a powerful technique in presentations, and now you know exactly how to execute it with finesse in PowerPoint. Whether it's a poignant saying, a piece of critical evidence, or a memorable catchphrase, presenting it in a clear and visually engaging way will undoubtedly leave a lasting impression on your audience. That wraps up our tutorial for today. I hope you found these instructions helpful and easy to follow. With a little practice, you'll be effortlessly incorporating quotes into your slides, making your presentations even more effective and engaging. Remember, the key is to keep experimenting with different styles and settings until you find what works best for your specific needs. Happy presenting!